Getting in the music industry can be hard, but staying in can be a lot harder. If you'd like to find out how to stay in the game, continue bringing in fans, and make sure you stay as relevant as possible for as long as possible, stick around and I'll talk to you about 6 things that'll keep you active and give you longevity in today's music landscape. My name is Kareem. I'm the CEO and lead blogger of Hypetrilla, where we provide the latest tips and strategies to independent musicians grinding their way to the top in today's music landscape. And without any long drawn introduction, let's jump right into number 1. And that's going to be paid advertising. Nowadays, we live in a society where social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, you name it, has some form of paid advertising where you invest a few dollars for them to use their large audience. And when I say large, I mean large, like hundreds of millions of people who use these platforms on a daily. They have opened for you to give some marketing dollars and for it to push whatever type of content it is that you need to, not only to a large sea of people, but to specific groups that you can create based on who you know your demographic is. And that alone is extremely powerful. You can see some really huge return on investments from that. Now moving on to number 2. You want to invest in learning the music business. If you don't know the business, then you're putting yourself at a great risk of being taken advantage of and really just wasting your time and everyone else's time around you because you don't really know what you're doing. And you want to make sure that before you get involved in any business deals of any kind of nature, that you're pretty well seasoned. You have a pretty decent understanding of how specific topics go as far as the music industry. So take the time to read a book, sign up for a course, or get whatever type of information you can to learn more about the ins and outs of the music industry. Now, number 3, you want to make sure that you invest in quality mix and mastering. That's because you don't want your music to sound like trash. If your music sounds like trash or it sounds like you recorded it in a closet in your bedroom, that's not a good look. It doesn't look professional. Sometimes the listener's first time hearing your music could be the last time. It's all about that first impression. Look at it like it's a job interview. You wouldn't show up to a job interview wearing dirty or messy clothes, right? Because you get that first impression to look like you actually want to do what you say that you want to do, or you look the part. And it's the same thing with music. If your music is mixed and mastered quite well by a professional, it's going to show, and it's also going to make you look like a professional as well. And that's what we want. Now moving on to number 4. It would be advantageous to you to outsource some of the harder tasks or the things that you aren't good at. This is because you have to spend your time focusing on a lot of stuff. So the things that you don't have time for, you want to basically pass down those responsibilities to somebody or something that can handle those for you. The investment is going to be worth the money that you put into it, or whatever you have to do to get it, because the more that you can take time off of your hands, you're still getting things done while also being able to focus on the bigger and better things for yourself. So delegating those tasks, as I like to call it, outsourcing, is going to be a huge deal for you, and it's going to keep you blazing on the track, so to speak. Now, number 5 is a good photographer. You want to make sure that you have somebody that is committed to you, and you can be committed to them as well, because you're always going to need photos. You're always going to need to show your fans pretty much what you're up to or what you've got going on. And the best way to do that is through photos and videos. So having a quality photographer is going to be a huge plus, because again, it's one of those things that you're going to need in this data-rich society that we live in today. You got to be able to supply content, and the easier access you have to doing so, the better off you'll be. And last but not least, you probably heard me say this a bunch of times, or you've seen it in my posts, but it's going to be your health. Literally nothing that I've just said matters, or would matter for you as an artist if you're not even healthy to begin with. It's going to inhibit your ability to do a lot of things depending on the severity of your health issues, and we don't want to get that far. So if you can help it, please do. Make sure that you see your doctor frequently, and just know what's going on. That way, the healthier you are, the more you can enjoy your success. So that's my 6 tips and suggestions on what one can do to make sure that they have a very, very, very long, healthy, and prosperous run in the music industry as an indie artist. Now, I do have a shameless plug here. I have a guide out. It's called The Ultimate Cheat Sheet, the Kickstarter Manual on how to succeed in the music biz. It's primarily for you independent artists who need a little bit more knowledge on how to do certain things. Several tips inside of the guide. There's got to be over 20. I'm sure you'll be able to find some gems. And the best part about it is it's completely for free. It doesn't cost a dime. So if you could check that out, I'll put the link in the description. Even faster way to get to it, depending on what social media platform you're on, you can get it to my bio. And again, my name is Kareem, the CEO and lead blogger of Hype Trilla. That's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next video.